Welcome to Carol's Journey. I'm the host for this evening. My name is Carolyn Smith Malone. Today we have a very, very interesting topic, and I'm going to introduce our guest, Mr. James William Young III, and Mr.
Hassan.
Hassan Mayfield. Okay. Now, one of the things that we want to talk about with their organization is the need to get the community involved. Okay, I'll start off by talking to Mr. James William
James William Young
the
III.
third.
Yes, ma'am.
Introduce yourself.
All right, how you doing? My name is James William Young III, president and founder of A.H.I.M Inc., All Hearts Heal and Prison Minds. I'm a community organization in the Bronx, Jersey City, and in Harlem, surrounded by the services and support of at-risk youth and the support of elders.
And my name is Hassan Mayfield. I'm the president and founder of the Harlem Fund. The Harlem Fund is a local community-based organization where we do a lot of service work for young people and also elders as well that are underserved in our community.
Okay. Now, Mr. James William Young the third.
You could say the third.
Okay. I want you to explain what you do.
Well, first and foremost, Hassan and I, which are partners, we go out in the community of the Bronx and Harlem, and we speak to big homies of the street organizations about the services and support that they can give to the neighbors and community members of our at-risk youth, and how they can expound on the security that we are lacking for individuals that are out there on Long Island on their own.
Well, I want you to explain for those people who are not quite up with the lingo what a homie is.
Well, the big homies.
Yes.
Homie is basically vernacular that we use for guys that's inside our communities who are part of street organizations.
Right.
Well, the ones who have been in the street organizations for an extended period of time and they have reached a certain stature, they're looked at as OGs, like, or big homies. So they're just the elder guys in the community, in the street organizations who have reached a certain amount of respect.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell us what you do.
Well, with the Harlem Fund is basically an organization that came together due to the community seeing the need to bring about change inside our neighborhoods down in Harlem.
Right.
Well, we have a lot of people who have their own businesses. We have people who are community activists, and we also have people who are just regular citizens who said, well, during the holidays, let's do something for the community, and we give back in a form of charity. When we started doing that, I thought that it'd be cool if we was to make sure we can continue this form of give back to the community by providing services that some of the members in the community are actually missing and they're lacking. So we was looking to help them. So what we did was we thought of ways to create programs for the young people in the form of leadership classes. So we help the young people learn what it means to be a true leader in your community. And what that means is developing a good character, stand-up character that we were once lacking due to all of the things that was going on in the community.
Right. Okay. Well, one of the things that I'm interested in knowing, what are you doing as far as mental health and loving yourself?
Well, mental health it plays a really big part in what we do. We understand that a lot of our issues inside our communities stem from many traumatic events that are not even recognized, right? And those traumatic events, whether they're big or small, to the individual, that creates a psychological impingement. So, in other words, that causes a person to start feeling a certain way, and it gets deep within their psyche.
Right.
And when that happens, that can start to create either a neurosis, that can start creating complexes, that in turn requires a mental health professional or someone who's trained in order to see these type of things, deal with them.
Right.
And our children, our young people, as well as older people, we are very reluctant to seek mental health assistance in our
Right.
communities.
Right.
And so doing the work we do, which we are titled Credible Messengers, and I'll give you an elaboration on what that term means. But doing the work we do, we go out into the community and we find these youth and we address them. So in addressing their needs, we start to see that there are actually deeper issues than just this guy had a fight with somebody because of their phone, or this person have an issue with his mother because she don't want him to come home at a certain time. When we start talking to them, we start to really see that they're suffering with depression, they're suffering with anxiety because of all of the traumas that they're facing inside the community. So what we do because of that, we start working hand in hand in tandem with people who are in the mental health community
Right.
and people who have been trained from that perspective
Right.
to start seeing those issues.
Okay. One of the questions I'd like to ask you, how did your organization link up with his
Oh
organization?
man,
Okay.
this is funny. We went on a retreat, and I was always afraid of heights, so I was on top of a log. This brother right here actually coached me down off the log, and I was scared to get down. And after that, by him just coaching me, I was like, you know what? Let me link up with him and
Right.
see what he's doing within the community
Right.
of Harlem,
Right.
because I was in the Bronx.
Right.
So, and to expound on what he said, trauma is real, and I was dealing with trauma myself
Right.
as a young adult because I
Right.
watched my uncle and I watched my best friend get murdered, but I never had a person to console me,
Right.
so I kept it within.
Right.
And instead of me going to my mother or my father or my family members, I wound up going to the gang members for support.
Right.
And by doing that, I went astray from what I should have been doing.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's why I built A.H.I.M. A.H.I.M is built upon that because
Right.
it says all hearts heal in prison minds.
Right.
Most of our young adults are in prison with the
Right.
trauma they dealing with every day. Some of them can't even
Right.
come out the four corners of their
Right.
community without getting into a fight or
Right.
into some type of chaos.
Right. Right. Now, one of the things that we spoke about earlier with the seniors in the crime
Safety.
situation,
Security for them.
right? To security, and I'd like to expound on that.
Yeah. Since 2016, we had over 863 elders been assaulted by young adults, and that's 16% of 1,000. Now, the sad thing about it, we also have community organizations. We also have street organizations out there that claim or profess to protect the neighborhood, right? Me and Hassan spoke on this candidly about how we need to start being our own new guardian angels, policing our own communities,
Right.
protecting the ones that came before us,
Right.
the ones that gave us love. Because inside the community, that's what we've been missing.
Right.
We've been missing love and it's been putting hate on it.
Right.
So that's why we
Right.
came up with the security part
Right.
for the elders.
Right. Well, one of the things we had in a previous conversation, and one of the things that you had mentioned, is that back in the 70s and the 80s, the community came together, and it was a different atmosphere of how the community treated the senior citizens and the people. Could you
Right.
expand on that?
Yes, definitely. Like I was saying before, growing up in the 70s and the early 80s, what we had was a remnant of what we used to have in our communities in regarding the village concept.
Right,
That's where we get the saying it takes a village to raise a child,
right.
And within our communities, in the black community, communities of color in general, we saw all of our neighbors as extended family members. And what that helped us to be able to raise our child through the help of other people in the community who weren't necessarily our relatives.
Right.
Due to the advent of hard crimes coming on board inside our communities and drugs such as cocaine, crack cocaine, then we started to watch our communities disintegrate concerning the social fabric of that togetherness. When that happened, we lost the ability to seek support from other people within our communities. Generally speaking, some of our communities still have that, but then most of the communities that I've been to and that I service, that's the component that we're lacking. And like James has said, that's the self-love and that's the community love. So what we had to do, we had to recognize that as the missing piece in regards to just tapping in to the soul to get a person to start feeling that I can trust you enough to show you love, and in turn, hopefully that will get you to trust me to show me love, so we can start redeveloping that
Okay.
village community concept.
Okay, we're gonna break, and then when we come back, we're gonna continue our conversation.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met an artist, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Why should I vote? Nothing ever changes. The system is rigged. Why bother? Whether you're trying to get dinner on the table after working a double shift, dropping baby off with grandma, or studying for exams, voting can feel like the furthest thing from your mind. You might even feel like it's just not worth it. But that's exactly what some people want you to think. The truth is, when we stay home, things stay the same or they get worse. But when we all vote, we get new ideas and new energy. We get leaders who share our values and listen to our voices. That's how we change America. And that's why it's so important to register right now and vote this November. And in every election, go to whenweallvote.org or text We All Vote to 97779 to get started. And know that your vote will make a difference. Be sure to get registered and get to the polls on November 6th.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse. but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Talk to them, fellas. Let them know what it is.
Right now, you're looking at the foundation. This is how we do it. We come out, we prepare the land, and we get it ready. And then later on, you're going to see all the love that's going to arrive. Thank you, man.
Every year we have a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway, and this is a give back from the community to the community, where we have a bunch of local businesses, private citizens, and community activists donating turkey, rice, all type of foodstuffs that's traditionally served on Thanksgiving.
He has the frogs in the box.
Thank you, young man. No problem. You hook up everything over here, huh?
Welcome back to Carol Journey TV. Now we're going to wrap this up. We're going to talk about some of your current events that you're going to do. So let's see who's going to start.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, Hoss.
James.
I'll speak after you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, some of the coming events, we have a calendar that we roll out.
Right.
Some of our events, right? And as of right now, we are in the month of February.
Right.
Right? February is Black History Month. This month, at the end of this month, we'll be having an event for Black History. We call it the Black Excellence Trivia event, where we get the young people to learn all of the Black historical figures, and we do it in game show fashion, something like that. So we have that coming up February.
Wait. You said you do it in what kind of fashion?
Game show.
Game show fashion.
What is that?
What does that mean? Well, game show fashion is like this. Imagine Jeopardy, where we have the contestants, which is our people that we service. We have them get up and try to answer questions on who's a personality, an individual, a historical figure. If they get it right, what we do is we give them incentives by providing cash prizes. So before we start the game show, during the event, we give out the cards and let them see all of the characters that they need to see, who these historical figures are. And that way, we tell them, listen, you better remember them because you can win some money. So that basically incentivizes them to think deeply on who these characters are. So hopefully it's stay embedded inside their head. So that's a creative way we get the young people to start remembering who the characters are. So we have that going on for February.
Right.
March is Autism Awareness Month.
Right.
So what we're doing in March is we're having a big event for Easter. We connect them both.
Right.
Because what we like to have events going on to bring bring awareness to the community that relates to the holidays.
Right.
And we keep rolling out. We have Mental Health Awareness Month. We're doing something big.
Right. Okay.
And I think we're gonna have the gala. We're gonna have a fundraiser.
Right.
That'll be rolling out. We're gonna get all the particulars down packed.
Right.
James gonna elaborate a little more on that.
Right.
But we have a calendar and we put it up on the website. So everyone who will follow us, will give our information. You guys follow us, be on point of what's going on. Most of everything that we do is free to enter because it's charity based.
Right.
Except for when we're doing a fundraiser. When we're doing a fundraiser, go in your pocket a little bit for us.
Right.
Give us a little bit of help.
Okay. A little bit of love.
Show a little bit of love.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
So that's what we're doing with the calendar. We have quite a few events rolling out.
Right.
Well said. I like
All right.
that.
Now, Mr. James.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you finish it off.
Yes. So as Hassan Mayfield said, it's going to be a gala fundraiser, I think in around middle May, it's May 17th. And it's going to be for young adults paying their way to go inside preparatory schools and border schools.
Right.
Reason why? Because within 5 years, the Harlem Fund, Family United, Not Divided, and A.H.I.M, All Hearts Heal, and Prison Minds will be opening up our own preparatory school within the neighborhood or your community.
That's right.
So the fundraiser will help at-risk youth, low-risk youth, and high-risk youth get inside these bordering schools that can educate our kids properly.
Right.
Because right now, we understand that public schools are teaching our kids 2 years and 4 years behind in education. We need to start putting more blacks, which is Black History Month, more black women and more black men inside the schools to teach our kids correctly.
Right. Okay. That's good. That's very, very good. And everything.
And you can reach us at
Right.
A.H.I.M Inc. on Facebook, A.H.I.M Inc. on Instagram, and A.H.I.M Inc. is our website, as well as
Harlem Fund. We have the Harlem Fund website. So that's www.harlemfund.org. And on social media sites, it's Harlem Fund on Instagram. And on Facebook, it's the Harlem Fund Group.
right.
Okay. That's very good. One of the things I like about this is the collaboration between you two guys.
Yeah.
I'm particularly, interested in the seniors because I'm I'm vice president of 1199
Okay, great.
seniors, retirees. So that's one of the things that I like. And the other thing is being able to link up the criminal justice thing that you spoke about.
That's right.
Because that's something that we're interested in and knowing
More
knowing more about that.
Incredible messages.
Right.
Right,
Yes.
right. Because I think that's a really key importance right now. See, there's certain similarities that we have between the two groups. One is the criminal justice, and the other one is housing. Because there's a lot of seniors out there right now who are sleeping in shelters
Yes.
and sleeping on the streets
Yes.
and everything. And we need to be able to address those situations and everything. And I think you guys might be the key in helping get this across.
It's actually
Right.
63%
Right.
of elders that is homeless.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And I just came from a speaking engagement dealing with a homeless organization. So we have a homeless organization called Picture the Homeless. They have a resource center inside Harlem on 126th Street between Lexington and Park Avenues.
Right.
I just want to speak to them about creating collaborations with them because we know that young people is also one of the fastest growing segments
Yes,
of
they
homelessness.
are. Yes, they
right?
are.
And
yes.
so we have to bridge that gap
Right.
in providing these services.
Right.
We have to get the elders to start to open up and understand where the young people coming from because the elders have the wisdom that the young people are lacking.
Right.
That's
Right? And so we have to get the young people to understand that they have elders as a rich treasure chest
Right.
of wisdom
Right.
on how to go about making their communities better.
Right. Exactly.
So we're working to bridge the gap with that, right? And as
Okay.
James mentioned before, we have the Big Homie Mentoring Program.
That's right.
It's actually getting the younger people to start staking a claim
Right.
in their communities as true leaders
Right.
and working with the elders as
Right.
far as helping safeguard their best interests,
Right.
working with them and making sure the community develops that fabric
Right.
of village concept once again.
Right.
So that's what we're doing with that.
It's very
Okay.
imperative. It's very, very imperative that
Right.
we connect the two.
Right.
You know, we have what we
Yes.
have here is royalty right here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So at the end of the
Yes.
day,
Yes, James
Yes.
William Young the third.
we have royalty right here, right?
Yes.
And I have to say this, and I have to say this from the heart,
Yeah.
because the work that you have been doing, and the work that the elders has been doing in the community, we can't let these kids lack that
Yeah.
understanding, that wisdom
Right.
that he spoke on, right?
Right. Exactly.
Because without y'all, they wouldn't be here.
That's right.
You understand? They won't be
Yes.
here. So it's very imperative that we protect those that was before us. We
Right.
have to protect you.
Yes, we do.
So if you're out here in the community, you claim a stake on any corner or any block or any community or neighborhood, you have to start stepping up to the plate and give security for
That
those that
right.
came before you.
Yeah.
That's just simple and plain. If
Right.
you're a part of an organization, if you're part of a street
An
organization,
institution.
Right.
you need to step up and stake your claim of protecting the elders in our community.
Right.
Simple and plain.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yes.
And one thing we have to make note, whether you are a member of an organization or just a member of the community.
That's right.
We all come together as family. Our politicians, our businesses within our community, these corporations, all of these people who play a part in our community,
Right.
and whether economically benefiting from it,
Right.
politically benefiting from the members of the community,
Right.
we're holding them to task to support us in these endeavors where we're
Right.
rebuilding our community.
Right.
Right now, all the efforts that we do
Right.
is from out of our pocket. And we're
Right.
doing a lot of work. And that's due to the members of our communities who said, I'm going to step up.
Right. Exactly.
But in order for us to increase that effort,
Right.
we need the support from those who have
Council
those type of
members,
resources.
politicians,
Right.
that's
So you council members, you politicians, business owners in the community, we will be addressing you, looking forward to you guys to step up to the plate, because
Right.
everyone has to be accountable in order to make this thing work.
Right. Exactly.
Safety and
Yeah.
security.
I agree with you on that and everything. One of the things that I want to do right now is James Williams.
Nah, I love
Yeah.
I love talking
The
to you. Go
third.
ahead.
Yes, I love talking to you too.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so I love talking to you also.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to try to close this meeting, and we hope for you guys to be able to come back and fill us in on some of the events that are taking place in your lives and everything. And we hope to have you back again.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Thank you, my audience. And then we're going to put up information and for you to be able to reach out and learn about these two organizations.